George?
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Chevy First Handicapping Challenge. Can you hear me, Chappie?
You're a little tough to hear, buddy. You guys hear him okay?
You're going to have to take over,
Barely.
Chappie.
Welcome to the Charity First Handicapping Challenge. This is actually the round 2. So we're down to 16 players now, and Georgie and I we had a good start to the meet, and we're looking forward to a great weekend coming up, especially tomorrow with 10 races on the card, and there's a mandatory payout in the pick 6, 4 stakes races, and we've got 16 tremendous handicappers leading the way from now on. And George, are you back with us? Not yet. He's still adjusting everything. So let me go ahead and introduce my guest from Trip Note Pros, my man, Benny South Street. How you doing, Benny?
I'm excellent. Thanks for having me, guys. Good to be with you.
Now, Benny, I know you've been very busy lately. Tell us a little bit about Trip Note Pros. I know you don't get much sleep. You were just complaining you can't even see anymore. Give us a little info on how Trip Note Pros works and where people can get the information.
Well, the best suggestion I would give would be just to head to the santanita.com website, and we've got a link in there that will take you through the golden hour trip notes for each day, and that'll give you a good example of what it is that we do. So we're doing the work for you. I spent a lot of time watching videos, identifying things such as horse comfort and jockey intent, as well as some other things that, troubled lines that don't show in the PPs, or frankly, trouble lines are just they're wrong. So yeah, we put together a little company, tripnotepros.com, and we write about Santa Anita and Gulfstream trips. So that's what I would do. I'd head to the website, santanita.com.
If there's ever a day to try it out, your partner in crime, Tyler Hoffman, had tweeted out that there are plenty of terrific notes for tomorrow's card for the big day at Santa Anita. So go to tripnotepros.com, check it out. It's well worth the money. You'll see what they're talking about. And George, are you still working on everything? Yeah, he's gone. So for
user error.
Technical difficulties. He is here right in the office at Santa Anita Park. So I'm not sure what's going on, but let's go ahead and introduce his partner today, Gavin Gallardo. Gavin, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. Just trying to make some money today.
Gavin, who did you go up against? Do you remember?
I went against Tyler Hoffman last time.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I get both the Trip Note Pro guys. So
Nice.
Can you hear me now?
We got you, George. How you doing?
All right. Look, Van Helsing is my guest today, who is the Trip Note Pro Slayer. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is, man. He's taking down the Trip Note Pro guys, is what it is, baby. And Gavin, you took out the first guy. Now you go into the second guy. He's like, come on, come at me. I got some notes for you. I'm going to trip you guys up with some winners.
No, I love your guys' work. That's some good stuff. So definitely appreciate the Trip Note Pros.
George, might I remind you that in round 1, Benny was the top money earner with over $3,000. So
this is true.
He's got plenty of confidence, not a lot of sleep, but we're ready to go and take down Gavin today.
He got all that good stuff out the way, and now Gavin, he's set up perfectly for you to take him down. Here we go, baby.
George, why don't you go ahead and set up the rules and how we do the Charity First contest?
All right, so basically, we're trying to raise money for Karma, which of course is near and dear to our hearts here at Santa Anita, taking care of our fine equine athletes once they retire. And each of our contestants will have $300 in mythical money to wager on, and they're going to have a $100 win bet, $100 in any race at an exacta, either straight or two $50 exactas. And daily double, the same thing. They're going to have $100 for the daily double or two $50 daily doubles. If one of our contestants does turn that $300 mythical bankroll into over $1,000, we're going to give an additional $500 to Karma. So hopefully they're going to be swinging for the fences. And again, we got two of the best here. We got Ryan, who crushed it last time, and they are just a spectacular sight. I love them. Most of the people I talk to love them. It is really hard to go through all the races and check out the trips of all the horses, but they do a phenomenal job. They really put in the work so that you don't have to. And, you have so many handicapping tools at your disposition, at your disposal that, sometimes you just don't have time to see all the trip notes. And like you said, sometimes the notes in the racing form are wrong or, jockey's intent. So really that site is fantastic. And you go to santanita.com and pick up for tomorrow the trip notes because, man, what a day we got lined up tomorrow, Chappie.
Yeah, no question. We touched on it a little bit while you were having technical difficulties.
Okay.
The terrific card with the mandatory pick six payout, 4 stakes races. And Gavin took down Tyler before, but Tyler had tweeted out, which Benny's been too busy to look at quite yet, that there are many, many trip notes tomorrow for the Santa Anita card. So if you're ever going to check it out to try it, tomorrow's your day.
It certainly is. Plus, we're giving away free PPs in a co-production with Equibase. So many ways to get ready for tomorrow because it is going to be a spectacular day. And hopefully our two contestants will have a spectacular day today so we can get some seed money so we can really bet away tomorrow. And so let's start out with you, Gavin. You are the Van Helsing of Trip No Pros. Get out that silver bullet. Get out some garlic. Get out whatever you need to do. You got $100 to win on one horse today. Who you going with and why?
I got the 7 in the 4th race, Sign of the Cross. I bet that horse pretty good last time when it ran with Flavian Pratt aboard and won a pretty good amount of money on it. So I like that horse in that race. Singled in on that one, and I think it likes that distance, and I'm just confident in that horse. Last time I liked the way it ran, so.
Yeah, Flavian Pratt for Leonard Powell, it's the French connection. They obviously like each other. They've liked each other from day one. Was impressive winning last time out. With the scratch of Coalinga Road, there is a key scratch in that race. Your favorite, number 3, Coalinga Road, is out of that race. So certainly love the chances in that race, which is a wide open race. I think you're going to get a really good price on the outside.
I didn't even see the scratch.
Looking for 2 in a row. Chappie, over to you.
Yeah, and that was the old angle. First time Pratt on last time for Leonard Powell. All right, Benny, I know last time you had a big winner that you made quite a bit your bets around, and I think we might be going right back to that today. Where's your win bet and why?
All right, let's head to race 7. We're going to play Earl's Rock. My software's got this finish. So I use some software that analyzes feet per second, and typically in these sprint races, when you compare the sprints versus the routes, obviously the sprinters' times are the feet per second is noticeably faster. It's not the case here. This horse ran almost 59 feet per second the last quarter of a mile in his opener for D'Amato, which is frighteningly fast. A lot of times I find the feet per second at about 60 feet per second for the leaders in a sprint race. This horse was running almost as fast late as sprinters do early. So the 2 for me is almost a free square. I do like a couple of others in there that might give him some trouble, but to me, he's the logical horse. He's the right horse. He's not going to be any part of 3-1. I think we'll see below 2-1, but that's my play. We had him last time. Might as well go with him, just like Gavin did. So Earl's Rock and race 7 for me.
So they're both going back to their previous winners, and Earl's Rocks. We'll take the 100 to win. George, maybe 8-5. That's fine with us. Team Chappie builds a lead right there. Back to you.
All right, that race also starts the $1 golden hour pick 4, and it's one of my favorite bets. I love it. It's $1 minimum, so gets out some of that riffraff that can only afford 50 cents, and the low takeout as well. Even when favorites win, if you get even 3 favorites and one kind of decent horse, it still pays wonderful. So I highly recommend betting the $1 golden hour pick 4 that does start in that 7th race. Now, Gavin, I usually travel 2 or 3 feet per second because I'm fat and old. And they've timed me if there's lasagna at home to get at 6 or 7 feet per second. So I really pick up with some incentive there. But you got some incentive to try to get $500 and I'm sorry, to try to turn your $300 into $1,000. You got $100 exacta to work with. Who are you going with and why?
So I went with race 2. I went with the one horse Frosteria with
Frosteria scratch.
Oh, it's
Frosteria scratch.
Ooh,
so that's a big scratch, yeah.
Yeah, I might have.
So why don't you take a second, then take a second to regroup, and why don't you try it, Chappie, for your exacta?
Benny, we'll go ahead and go to you and let Gavin regroup there and call an audible. So what's your exacta and why?
And real quick, if I could head back to Earl's Rock, one of the things that I noticed about him, I watched him again on replay just because I wanted to check him out before I locked in on him. Not too many closers you see with their ears up and flipping around when they're running early. It typically happens when they make the lead on a gallop out or they hit the wire. Earl's Rock last time, you watch his ears. He sits a perfect trip, mind you, but his ears are kind of flipping around down the backstretch. So anyway, just adding on to that one, giving Gavin a little bit more time.
What is that a sign of? Like, just for those that maybe don't understand, including, myself, what is that a sign if the ears are flipping around? Does that mean he's not concentrating?
Not trying, happy, comfortable.
Not trying.
Like if you see, you guys probably remember all the popular Zenyatta calls with Trevor Denman. Once she made the lead, her ears went forward. She was perfectly comfortable. You knew that she wasn't anywhere near the bottom of that gas tank. Typically, closers don't have that body language. It's rare in a closer. You might get a horse that makes the lead and they're doing it easy and their ears are up and forward, but it's not something you'll find during a race for a horse that likes to kick. And that was the case with Earl's Rock. So I really like that.
Terrific information.
My what are we headed to? We're an exacta.
Your exacta. Yeah.
Okay, my exacta. I'm going to key. So I do like Earl's Rock on top, but as I mentioned before, I did think there were a couple horses that were threatening. Those being the 5 Sword Zorro and also the 9 Beer Can Man. I thought that race could potentially go quick. I'm hoping that it does because I do think Exalting is also kind of interesting if they let that one get out and clear early and go uncontested. But I'm going to hope that they go a little quicker and set it up for Earl's Rock. And then if Earl's Rock does get defeated, I'm going to key Sword Zorro and Beer Can Man on top. So that was the play for me, 5 and 9 over the 2. So I'm essentially tying 2 of my bets in to the contest, 1 on top and 1 underneath.
Yeah, and as we were talking earlier, obviously with the rails out, Exalting with Maldonado up, we know the intent there, but Beer Can Man should be sitting just off the pace. And Sword Zorro gets Sadler and Rosario, a deadly combination. And the workout reports have been very strong on Sword Zorro also. Now, Ryan, can you go back and look at some of those races, the European?
You can. I didn't do it this time, but when we put out, for example, the Breeders' Cup notes, a lot of Europeans come in, horses from Ireland and France, etc. And we'll do the trip notes for those as well, because a lot of times you get these horses. You get Europeans, they come over here typically for a couple reasons, right? Lay sticks and firmer ground. And on those replays, a lot of times over the heavy and the softer ground, you can see those horses getting bogged down. They're not getting over it as much. So that's kind of what we're looking for when I'm watching a replay. And you can pull those up on YouTube. Just search the stake or the winner, and typically you can find those. And we do pull those for the Breeders' Cup.
Now, do you worry sometimes they're going a little bit shorter with Sword Zorro at 6.5 here? Sometimes those Euros, first time out especially, seem to break a little slow. Does that concern you at all?
They do. I don't, I didn't read the workout reports, and only Sadler knows. I mean, I don't know what the goal is for this one. My pedigree analysis was not actually very strong for him, which is kind of strange because he looks top and bottom like he's well-bred, but I do cheat a little bit. I've got some software that analyzes the pedigree, and it didn't come out as strong as I would have liked it, because a lot of times the Europeans come over here and their pedigree numbers are off the chart when they are compared against the Southern California turf horses.
Georgie?
Just to give you an idea, according to Dan Harrington report, a B+ workout on Sword Zorro. So another positive in that corner. Now, before we get to you, Kevin, you mentioned Zenyatta and how great Zenyatta was. Well, we are coming up on Valentine's Day soon, and we've got these wonderful cards. This one says, "You are unbelievable." And it is, obviously, Zenyatta. We got this one here. It says, "Hey, Valentine." And we got another one here that says, "You're my main man." And you got the Lava Man with the dreadlocks man, looking good. You can get these for free with a small donation to charity. So go to santanita.com. Valentine's Day is coming up. These are really some beautiful postcards that you can get for free. So check us out at santanita.com. Gavin, you got a moment to regroup. Where are you going with your exacta?
With my exacta, I'm going to race 1. I got the 2 Colt Hard with the 3 Eagle Chief and the 6 I don't know how to pronounce that one. Mahamil.
Okay, and how are you betting that?
I'm going 2.
The 2 over the 3-6?
2 over the 3-6, yeah.
Okay, so Colt Hard with Umberto Rispoli.
Yeah.
And what did you like about that one?
I like the workout reports on the 2. I think it could be either out in the lead or close to it, sitting on the front, and I'm hoping that it just gets a good trip there. I think the 3 and the 6 are probably going to be up closer today too. So I think this race is kind of devoid of any real speed out there. So I think whoever gets the lead could be tough.
All right, got a couple of runners coming in from Ireland and Great Britain. So you got some imports, and good luck with those. And Ryan had an import as well that he likes. So looks like the invaders are going to hopefully do well today. Chappie, over to you.
Yeah, and they're both on the Phil D'Amato barn. Hopefully, Phil has a big day today. So, Ryan, since we kind of flip-flopped here, why don't we go ahead and go to the double with you? Where are you going and why?
I'm piggybacking with Gavin here. I think Colt Hard is a free square. I think this horse was completely mismanaged as a 2-year-old. He ran once a week for 4 straight races. One of those being against winners in a grade 3 and a group 3 at the Curragh, which is a joke of a race compared to these. It's super strong. I mentioned before, I love these Euros when they come over and they search for firmer ground and get Lasix. This gets both. I like the fact that this horse was laid off since October. It kind of accentuates that no Lasix as a 2-year-old angle. This horse could have very well been a bleeder and maybe was just waiting for the new year in the States to be given Lasix. I think he towers over this field, so I'm keying him. And my double, and I'm sorry to see that the Baffert scratched because I hated that horse. And I'm just going to key the 2 with the 3 and the 4 in the double. So not a big double there. Unfortunately, I think I lose my value with the Baffert out, but it is what it is. 2 over 3, 4 in the double. I'm eating chalk today, apparently.
That's okay. Hey, all we got to do is build the bankroll. We're fine with that. Let's eat a little chalk every once in a while. That is a shame, especially sometimes the best thing is when you like to bet against a favorite. Yeah. Unfortunately, the scratch, nothing we can do. So that's okay. Georgie?
All right, before we get to your double, Gavin, in case you guys are coming in, there are a lot of key scratches. So really quick, let me go over them as I mentioned there. Race number 2, Frosteria is out. Head over to race number 3, and the favorite is out as well. Number 4, A Man of My Stature is out. Also, the 12 and the 13, Lance the Legend certainly had a shot, and that one is out. The 11 does get in, Sense Maker for Manny Ortiz. Race number 4, the favorite is out there as well. As we mentioned earlier, Coalinga Road is scratched. And in race number 6, a lot of scratches, the 2, the 3, and the 6. So you got the post-time favorite, a couple of single-digit runners, King Abner, Bolden, Denver, and Publilius Sirius. Are you serious? There's a lot of scratches in that race. That's the scratches for today. But Gavin, man, I can't let you off the air without talking about your dad, man. I love your dad so much. He was one of the best handicappers I've ever known. A generous man with his time, with his money, with his love, and we certainly miss him. He was a tournament favorite, always playing the tournaments. Would definitely be playing in tomorrow's tournament. We got a $500 tournament that you can bet through First Bet, and he would have been in there for sure. He might have brought me in too. I mean, he's just a wonderful man. Yeah, I love that guy. And tomorrow's tournament for you guys, definitely play. But talk to me again. I know we've done it before. Your dad. I mean, I see pictures of him, and I can't believe he's gone. I feel like I should call him right now and talk to him right now.
Yeah. Well, he's my grandpa, but everyone thought he was my dad. We lived together and we spent every moment together. I mean, it was, he would do the same for me. He would buy me into tournaments just so that we had something to do. Buy me into, the amount of tournaments he bought me into, and he tried to get me into the NHC. And one of the things he never got into was the Breeders' Cup betting challenge. So that was his thing. He always wanted to get into that one, and then he tried to always get me in. I remember one time I was down to the last race, and I was like right on the edge, and then a 20-1 shot came and knocked me out, and we were just laughing about it. And it was just we played. He bought me into so many live money tournaments and so many qualifiers, and I was thinking about him when the Pegasus one happened that horse tourneys did, and there was all the big guys in there, and I was like, oh, he would have so been playing this, and he would have loved it. So I like to see, I'm not as big of a tournament player as he is, and I play him here and there, but he definitely got me into that side of it, and I like to see that side of it because it was definitely a different way for me to play. And I think he would really appreciate, like, before he passed, we started to, he's old school. He just, like, read the form. That was it. So then he started to get more into the workout reports and more into the thoroughgraphs and all this stuff. So I think he would really appreciate to, like, take a look, and I would show him Trip Note Pros, things like that. I would really like to see how he would adjust all these different handicapping things that everyone has now. Because when I first got into it with him, it was probably 6-7 years ago. He was just a form guy, just read the form, played what he saw in the form. That was it. There was nothing. He'd been doing it for 40 years. That was all he did. He didn't believe in all this other stuff. And then we started to do thoroughgraphs and workout reports and all this other stuff together. So it became kind of fun to see what he liked and what I liked, and it was just we always had fun going back and forth.
He was a fine man, and you guys still have Paul's place.
Whenever I am right now
to Delmar, I drive by and stop there. You guys got some great food. We need a great daily double to win this. Where are you going?
So I'm gonna go with the 3 and the 4 in the second race, the same one that my partner here is going with. And then I've got the 1, the Peter Miller horse, So Long, I think it is. I had to readjust my picks because of the scratch. So
I think that horse is ultra live. I almost chose that one. I do.
That's good.
Yeah, Invades here from Tampa. Certainly looked good in the first try. Adds Lasix as all these 3-year-olds do, and draws on the inside, but those also draws Rosario. And that's a big jockey upgrade as well. We're going to look at race number 8 for the tiebreaker. Jappy, let's do our favorite thing, rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We're the same. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you win. All right.
Benny, 8th race. Who's your pick? Head to head.
All right, let's do it. I think the 1's going to get a perfect trip. I think Jessica's notorious for blasting off. I think the 3 clears. The 9's a poor gate horse. I don't think the 9's going to press at all, and I think the 1 just kind of sucks up in there. Cedes the lead to the 3 and tracks, and I've got some big numbers on the 1 late for both of her dirt races. I think they're better than these, and I think she falls into the trip. So the 1 for me, Wild Arch.
All right, all you got to do, you just got to beat the 1. You just got to finish ahead of the 1 in case there's a tie. Gavin, who you going with?
I actually am glad I see this race sort of similar to him, as I see the 3 getting the lead, and that was the horse I'm going to take. Jessica, she's great at getting the lead, and she's ultra tough on the lead. I like the way she rides in these kind of races. Some of them are, if she sees an opening and there's devoid of speed and she's on the lead, I'm either glad I have her or pissed I don't. So
that's a good
so
point.
I'm gonna go with the 3 in that one. I love the way she rides. I love how she gets out in front like that. So
I would love to hear from Chappie and Giorgio about how, if you ever talk to her, I would love to know what she does to get her horses to switch leads the way that she does. I have never seen anything like this in my life from an apprentice. Her horses switch leads perfectly every time. And there are a lot of polished riders that can't do what she does. I think she would admittedly be, she's not as strong as some of these other riders, but her horses run for her. I like her a lot, and they don't make mistakes. They just don't make mistakes. So I would love if you guys you're on site. I would love to know what it is that she does, because it's impressive.
We will find that out for you.
We will find that out, and then when Gavin comes back for round 3, I'll tell you, Gavin.
Yes.
You could pass it on to Penny. All right.
I could use the free time, so I can't lose.
yeah.
Hey, thank you guys, both of you, so much. Congratulations for making it to round 2. One of you will make it to round 3, and if you're the last man standing, you're going to get $1,000. So good luck to you guys today. Thank you, fans. Don't forget, tomorrow, first post is noon. It's an early post tomorrow because we have a spectacular day lined up. And then Sunday, first post is 11 in the morning because of the big game. Who you got in the big game, Chappie?